Well, the groundhog may have told us that there were 6 more weeks of winter last weekend, but we are thinking spring sports here at USAO. Today we have softball coach Jadyn Wallis on the show to talk about the 2014 softball season. This is In the Saddle. Welcome back to another In the Saddle with Drover Sports. Today we have Coach Jadyn Wallis with the softball team here to talk about the 2014 softball season. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
So we've got another chilly week here in CHICKASHA, but we're already talking softball. First game you guys have scheduled for next week. So how does the season look?
It looks good. We're going to be young. We're going to have a mixture of our older kids in the infield and with some young mixed in. On the mound we have our senior pitcher Brooke McLeod, and also joining the battery is JC Booker from Surreal and Tate Landmark from Cash.
Entering the season, the Drovers are picked tied for 4th in the Student Athletic Conference with Northwood. How did you feel about that placement going into the season?
Actually, I feel really good about it because it's going to challenge us. There's no doubt in my mind that we can work our way up to the front of that. But that gives us a good starting off point of people saying, I don't know, but then we can come in and just show with our talent.
Okay. And the Student Athletic Conference has gone through some changes. We lost some really good teams, but we've gained some pretty good teams, including Northwood, who we're tied with. So how did the teams adding and the teams leaving, how did that change the makeup of the conference?
Honestly, it hasn't changed the makeup much because it's still going to be tough. We're still in the Student Athletic Conference, and we're still going to be tough. Do I think that we compete better this year? Absolutely. But as far as changing the strength, I don't think it's changed it at all. It's just added more teams, which is more competition and more games that we can play.
Well, there's still 3 teams in the Student Athletic Conference in the NAIA Top 25, and I think there's one in the Top 5. So it's not an easy conference by any means.
Not at all.
Who are some of your key returners?
Key returners, Brooke McLeod is one. She was my leading hitter last year. And she helps on the mound. She'll play some second, some third this year. My shortstop, Taylor Smith, is returning. My first baseman, Sarah Reeves, is returning. She's huge at first base. She's solid. Skylar Nichols is coming back from ACL tear. She'll be a huge asset this year also. And also Kayla Adams behind the plate. And she was a big stick for us last year too. So.
Well, and a lot of those girls that you just mentioned have been 4-year starters now for the Drovers, so they definitely have the experience. They know what the Student Athletic Conference is all about.
Yes.
What about some key newcomers? I know last year we had just 2 relief pitchers on the mound.
Yes. Definitely the 2 that we added to the battery, which is JC Booker and Tate Landmark. We brought 2 JUCO transfers, which is Sevy Carroll and Courtney Capps. They will be huge assets for us as far as power in the lineup and defensively. We've got an array of outfielders, an array of them. We've got, speed. That's one thing that you will see out of the Drovers this year, speed on the base path and in the outfield. Danny Warren will be at third base. She's going to be one of our key players. Very aggressive, very aggressive. But overall, we're going to be solid. I'm excited about this year. I really am. We're going to have some youth. So we're going to have a lot of those youthful mistakes, but those are the ones that we learn from. So.
Yeah, you have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, right?
Yes. I actually have 7 freshmen and 1 sophomore.
Okay. So what are your goals for this season?
My goals for the season are for them to really mold together. With there being so many, I've got 8 old ones and 8 new ones. So definitely them molding together. Just competing every single game and just getting better every game, and building upon every year. So.
Okay. Well, the Drovers actually open up the season at home against Langston here on the 12th, February 12th, and then a couple weeks later we're actually hosting a tournament here in CHICKASHA. So tell me about that, about creating that tournament. And
it's going to be, we've got 7 teams in it this year, which is a good number for our first year, and especially for my first year doing it. We've got a little bit of everywhere. We've got York coming down from Nebraska. We've got some Kansas teams. We've got some local teams in it. Mid-America is hosting with us. We'll be playing it at the complex. I think it's going to be good competition for us, and I'm excited because a lot of the local people will be able to come see us play different teams instead of just the Student Athletic Conference teams. So.
Well, it'll be nice to get a lot of different games in without really having to go anywhere.
Exactly. That was huge for us.
Okay, well, the last thing I want to talk about was our live high-definition video streaming that we've been doing now for all of our other sports, and we're going to get to do it for softball this year. So is that something your fans are looking forward to? I know you have a lot of Oklahoma girls, but still a lot of people have jobs and have still a couple hours to travel.
Yeah. It's going to help a lot because we play at 1 and 3 early in the season. And like you said, a lot of parents are still at work, so that's going to allow them to be able to watch their kid play. So it's going to be nice. I'm excited. And it's going to help me also see what I need to work on too, defensively and offensively.
Okay. So. And to watch that, fans, you just go to usao.edu/sports and click on the live stats and broadcast link. Well, thank you, and we look forward to a really great season out of the 2014 Drovers.
Thank you.
Now it's time for Fan of the Week. Each week we ask you a USAO or USAO Athletics trivia question, and the first person to email us with the correct answer wins their very own In the Saddle prizes. Judy Jackson was the one who got it right last week. The Drover baseball team was picked 5th in the Sooner Athletic Conference. This week our question is, when is the Drover softball season opener? First one to email us with the correct answer at usaointhesaddle@yahoo.com will win their prize. That's our show. With basketball, baseball, and now softball in action, you won't want to miss a single moment. Keep up to date with schedules, results, and news at usao.edu/sports, or follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook. We'll see you next time on In the Saddle.